Okay. So it says recording. All right. You're gonna have to edit this, okay, Carlos?
Go for it.
Okay.
Just shake it all off. Shake it all off. And no
So
laughing, please.
Carlos. So good afternoon, everybody. We're here at 3:35 p.m. after school. We're going to be discussing Noah's IEP. He has been evaluated with autism and speech delay. So we will be starting with introductions. I'm Miss Padilla, I'm the school principal.
I'm Miss San Pedro, the speech pathologist.
Hi, my name is Miss Gallardo and I am the special education teacher.
Hello, guys. I'm the general ed teacher, Mr. Rivera.
And then Mom, if you can just introduce yourself. Sorry, Mom.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Stephanie Swastegi and I'm Noah's mom.
Okay, thank you for the introductions. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our speech pathologist. She's going to be talking about our annual goals for Noah. So go ahead, Miss San Pedro, and take it away with the first annual goal.
So our first area of need, or where our goal is going to be focused on, is receptive language. His goal is by May 2024, he will be able to answer concrete questions with visual support when listening to stories. These questions that he's answering will be who, what, and where type of questions, and these questions are related to the story. He's going to be able to choose his mode of response, so that can be through verbally telling us or using his technology to answer his questions. This will look like he will be able to achieve this through a mastery of 80% accuracy of 4 out of 5 opportunities with no more than 2 verbal cues. This data is going to be collected through observation and implemented by me. His baseline, where he's at right now. So Noah is able to answer what questions by labeling familiar items or objects when he is presented with visual support. He's also able to answer in 2-word utterances to answer like, what are you doing questions. So this can look like, oh, eating eggs when given 2 initial models. And then he is demonstrating echololic speech when asked who questions and where when questions. He is sometimes able to use pointing to like locate his items when he's answering where questions. Yeah. And then when it comes to answering who, what, and where questions when describing a picture or stating what he wants, this will look like 60% accuracy through familiar vocabulary when information is paired with visuals. So he's going to be able to do that 60% accuracy. All right. Are there any questions for this part, like this one goal?
No, not so. No, you explain everything very clear. Thank you.
Okay, great. Then let's move on to his second goal. So the area of need, it's still going to be receptive language, but this is looking more at informal situations. So by May 2024, he will answer a range of questions related to his wants or needs or feelings using spoken language. This he will be able to reach 60% mastery rate in 3 out of 5 opportunities with no more than 1 verbal prompt. And it's going to be measured through observations / data collection over 3 consecutive sessions with me. His baseline currently, he usually resorts to echoloric speech when responding to questions. And then there are occasions when he provides 1-word verbal responses when he's asked about his need. These don't occur very consistently. And he still relies on prompts or visual aids to support his answering. Are there any questions on this goal that you may have?
So can you explain to me a little bit more what you're going to be doing when he says 1 word?
When he's
When-
saying one verb, one
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, when he's responding one word, you said something that he was gonna be giving like prompts.
Yes. So while we're looking for his mastery, which is 60% of a mastery rate, we want to limit his verbal prompting to be like phonemic cues. Like you can think of phonemic awareness would be like, oh, the sounds that are in the word feel. E O. So like we're going to be giving him that verbal cue so that he can his word that he needs to share to express his feelings or wants.
Okay, thank you.
All right, then moving on to his third goal. This is a goal to work on his area of need of expressive language. So this goal is hopefully reached by May 2024 using a combination of his technology and verbal communication methods. He's going to achieve mastery in formulating 3 to 4 word utterances that are going to be incorporating specific semantic relations. So it's going to look like agent plus action plus object. So these are the parts of the sentence. And an example of agent plus action plus object would be boy, kick, ball. We also want to work on having him word utterances that are agent, action plus attribute plus object. So this would boy, kick, ball. And that's going to be when he is describing pictures or explaining an ongoing event in his environment. And this will be at a mastery rate of 70% or higher in 4 out of 5 opportunities with no more than 1 to 2 verbal cues for a period of 3 sessions. And this is again measured by observation and data collection through me. His baseline, so where Noah is at currently, he can effectively utilize visuals to generate concise phrases or make simple requests. So he can request like, I want carrots. I want blue car. He employs communication book as a resource, so he can use that to locate specific vocabulary when he is describing or requesting something of us. Do you have any questions about this, Mom?
Okay, I noticed that you said that he's using more words to respond. No, I don't have any questions. I'm glad that he's able to use his words more.
Great. Then we can jump into our 4th goal. So his area of need, this will be receptive language, but more specifically looking at vocabulary and categorizing things. So again, by May 2024, for a period of 3 successive sessions, Noah is going to showcase proficiency in categorizing about 40 to 50 pictures into 5 different categories. So these categories could be things, people, actions, places, feelings. So those are the 5 categories. And he's going to be using both low-tech and high-tech means to achieve an 80% accuracy rate when using low-tech tools. And then specifically when he's using his high-tech tools, he'll reach a 60% accuracy rate across 4 out of 5 opportunities with no more than 1 to 2 verbal cues. This data will be collected through observations by me as again. All right, and then where he's at right now. So Noah can demonstrate an 80% accuracy rate when asked to sort animals, food, and toys. Currently, he relies on 2 verbal choices to verbally identify a category or select the correct category folder. Do you have any questions for his goal number 4, his 4th goal?
I actually do. I was wondering if that's something that he's working on on a general class.
Can
And-
you step in? Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's actually carrying on it, but we actually not just working with him. We're working with the whole class because they actually need help with some of their spellings, things like that. So we're doing a lot of vocabulary and categorizing things like food, toys, other objects, and et cetera, other objects. So yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. Then looking at his fifth goal, we're going to be looking at expressive language or pragmatic language. So by May 2024, NOAA will improve functional communication by using any form of language. So this can look like spoken language, this can look like sign language, or he can use his communication device to share or to communicate different communicative intents. So this is not limited to just commenting. It can be labeling, answering, describing, and asking. So in 5 to 6 instances during 15-minute intervals across different settings with adults or with his peers, he's going to be able to use a visual reminder and no more than one verbal cue in 5 out of 6 opportunities to showcase his mastery. And that's going to be measured through data collection and observation by me. And then his baseline, currently NOAA employs like nonverbal means such as gestures or pointing. And he also uses visuals while occasionally using oral language to communicate his requests or his objections. He does tend to favor communicating with adults in his surroundings, but he is able to, he is sharing or communicating with his peers, and he is able to demonstrate the ability to wait and take turns. He has shown that he can smile, and he shows reactions to his peers' actions. So he's smiling and showing reactions to his peers, what they're doing. He's taking notice of what they're doing. Do you have any questions on this?
For when he's sharing, do you guys also use visual aids? That's my question.
For Gen Ed or with me specifically?
With you.
With me, yes. So he will have visual cues as well with me. Yeah, so
Okay.
that will help him out too.
And with me as well as his first grade teacher, we show a lot of visual aids because we feel that study shows that students generally learn by visual aids, and having that in front of them, they learn a lot more.
Yeah, Mom, and also just to add, he does have his communication device, a technology device with him at all times when he's in his special day class and when he's also mainstreaming. So he's not left without a visual aid at all throughout
Yeah.
those transitions.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so for his last speech goal, we're focusing on pragmatic language. This goal is going to be achieved by 5/2024. So this is going to be a review of his social play script, and it's designed to develop specific social skills. So we are working on greeting, inviting peers to play games, asking to join activities, or making 1 to 2 comments, which can include asking a peer a question or answering a peer's request or question. That he will engage in 3 to 4 verbal exchange with peers during a structured play activity, achieving a mastery rate of 60% with the use of a visual cue and no more than 2 verbal prompts. And this is going to be through observation as well as data collection through me. So his baseline, where he is currently at, NOAA is predominantly involved in parallel play. With occasional instances of associative play. Currently, he uses 90% adult prompts to encourage his participation in unstructured play activities with his peers. So that's where he's at right now. Do you have any questions on this goal?
Can you explain to me again how he's interacting with other kids? You said something about paralleloplate and what else? How else is
Yes.
he interacting?
So right now he mostly is doing play, and then he has occasional instances of associative play. So he's not just mirroring what they're doing through parallel play, he can also work in associative playing. Does that answer your question? Do you have?
Yes, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that it got a little more cleared. So then that's where his speech language goals stop, and then I'll leave the rest up to our special ed teacher.
Yes. Hello, Mom. Thank you for being here. So we'll be discussing Noah's progress and setting goals for his academic development. First, I want to start off by discussing Noah's measurable annual goal in the academic domain. The goal that we've outlined for Noah focuses on phonemic awareness and decoding. By May 2024, when given up to 3 sounds, Noah will blend the sounds orally into words or syllables with an 80% accuracy in 5 consecutive trials as measured by teacher-charted observation data. To provide context, we'll review some of Noah's baseline data. So currently, Noah listens to stories and can identify the first sound of words when shown pictures. This indicates his starting point and where we can build upon for his progress. Do you have any questions about that, Mom?
Yes, I actually do. For story time, where is he sitting down?
So for story time, that would be more for our general education teacher.
Yeah, so for story time, we have him in alphabetical order. So he sits generally in front of me. And he listens really well. He's attentive. He's not disruptive a lot. So he's blending really well.
Yes, awesome. And I love that he's sitting in the front for this because by the end of the year, our objective for Noah is that he will be able to join 2 syllables, such as pancake, to pronounce the words correctly with a 60% accuracy in 3 consecutive trials. I will be moving on to our second goal if you don't have any more questions about that.
No, that's all.
Awesome, thank you. So we'll be moving on to his second academic goal. We'll be diving into the academic domain regarding reading comprehension. So by May 2024, when we give 10 one-syllable words and 10 priority sight words, Noah is going to be able to read these target words with an 80% accuracy in 3 out of 5 trials as measured by teacher-charted observation. And we'll review some of Noah's baseline data. Currently, Noah listens to stories and completes his work with adult prompting. He can also identify the first sounds of words using pictures, providing us with a starting point for his reading comprehension development. Do you have any questions about that?
Can you tell me more about his comprehension, please?
Yeah, so by the end of the year, we really want Noah to be able to read 5 one-syllable words with an 80% accuracy in 3 out of 5 trials, and that's going to be laying the foundation for his reading skills. Yeah. Any questions about that? Or we can move to
Thank you.
go number 3. Awesome. So for his third academic goal, we'll be focusing on math reasoning. So by May 2024, when given 3 additional addition and subtraction word problems, Noah will be able to create a number sentence using drawings or manipulatives to model the problems with an 80% accuracy in 3 out of 5 trials as measured by student work and samples. So before we move into any short-term objectives that we have for Noah, we'll review some of his baseline data. Currently, Noah counts with prompting up to 30. this provides us with insights into his current level of math reasoning. Do you have any questions about that, Mom?
Yes, I'm a little bit confused. Does he supposed to do math sentences and drawings at the same time, or it's either one of them?
I can answer that question. As his gen ed teacher, he could do either one. If we ask him to add 2 plus 2, he should be able to answer that with 4. So he should be able to draw 2 plus 2. So he could draw 2 cats plus another 2 cats, and that we go 4 cats total. And or just create a sentence that 2 plus 2 just equals 4. Just put up the numbers and on a piece of paper and just be able to add those together and just make them work.
Yeah. Yeah, so in conclusion for that, our goal for Noah is just to be able to enhance his math reasoning skills by effectively modeling addition and subtraction word problems. We will be able to monitor his progress, provide him appropriate supports, collaboration, and collaborate closely with everyone involved in this to ensure that Noah's success is successful in math. If you don't have any more questions, that would be all for us.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so that covers the speech part and the academic goals. Mom, do you have any additional comments or concerns or goals that you would like to add that we can go ahead and go over right now before we conclude the IEP meeting?
Yes, I actually want Noah to increase his mainstream time.
Okay, so Mr. Rivera, can you go ahead and address Mom?
Yes, I could. Actually, yes, he will actually benefit a little bit more by staying in those main and general ed classes for another 20 to 30 minutes, because he will be able to mimic his classmates how to do his vocabulary, his math sentences, and even his spelling. He'll be able to join us more for story times with other students. He'll be able to have contact with them and tell them what's going on, things like that. And then he'll be able to work on his concrete questions with who, how, when, what, the where, things like that. And most importantly, he'll be able to just be around general population, be able to play with his other classmates, things like that, have more friends, things like that.
So we can add that to the IEP. He currently has about 15 minutes in a gen ed class, but we can increase it to another 15 minutes so that we can transition him into either English or math, just as Mr. Rivera has said. And let me see. Are there any other questions that you might have or comments or concerns? We will add the extra time in the IEP so that you can go ahead and reread the entire thing over when we're done drafting it. But is there anything else that you want to add to it?
No, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. So that concludes our IEP meeting. You will get a copy of the notes. I can either send them to you hard copy or I can email them to you. And if you want them hard copy, I can send them home with Noah at the end of the day when he comes back to school tomorrow. And then the IEP usually takes about 5 to 6 days for me to draft everything up, for us to draft everything up. And then we'll go ahead and send that over to your email so that you can sign it. Or if you have any other comments or concerns about the IEP, we can make some adjustments.
Oh, no, that's fine. If you could just send a hard copy with no, please.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and do that for tomorrow. It is about 4 o'clock, so we can conclude the meeting. Mom, thank you for joining us. We'll keep you updated when the notes come out and the IEP comes out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.